All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash. We say, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash. And we give the honors to our apostles and our elders, which are apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. 2025, which is the hopeful year of our deliverance and the judgment and the destruction of Esau. All right, we're living in beautiful times. Yahweh Yahushua is redeeming the elect, establishing the truth on the planet Earth, and getting ready to judge the wicked, all right, and give salvation unto the elect and establish the kingdom of heaven, which belongs to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and confusion of face, which may not look like your typical Israelite, all right. Let's jump into this. This is the title of this video. Lord willing, I can start doing some series like this if I find videos, but I've gotten a few videos put together. That way I can actually do the first installment. The wonders of the Lord, man. All right, the wonders of the Lord. The same thing with when we come in this truth, we also have to acknowledge. I always think of David. David was the one that epitomized that. He always praised the Lord, and he was a man after the Most High's own heart. All right, what did it say? Your intentions are good. You know, David went off in his time, and we all go off. Our righteousness is as filthy rags. But the main thing that always stuck out to me with David is that he always glorified the Lord in a big way. You know, he was heavily contemplating on the Lord. Just like if a woman always thinks about you, she's like, oh, I was thinking about you. She's sending you love notes, you know, and giving you that energy. You know, you always want to keep that woman around. All right. So the main point, this is the glory of the Lord, just to show you how complex the human body is. All right. And I'm going to prove in the scriptures that they had a concept of it, but it wasn't solidified. That's why the Lord has given Esau all this technology and all these things, because in the book of Daniel, it says that knowledge shall run to and fro and wisdom shall increase. What's the main wisdom that's increasing is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because how did we find this truth? Through the internet. All right. And now you have AI that is moving even faster with that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Lord willing, I can do a lesson on that. But this right here is to show you that the knowledge, wisdom of Yahweh Yahushua himself is growing in the world, all right, by way of this technology, because this closer we look, we can see the fingerprints of a creator, not just randomized things, or it's not evolution. Even evolution is under Yahweh Yahushua's will. It's not evolution. It's adaptivity. Adaptivity. That's the word I'm looking for. It's called adaptivity. Okay, things adapt. Okay, things adapt. They're moving. The creation is adaptable. It adapts to the changes. It adapts to the different things that happen unto it. Reactive. Okay, that's another word you can use as being reactive. So, man, watch this. This is beautiful, beautiful videos that I found concerning the human body, concerning a baby, how certain things are formed with cells. I've been watching a lot of these things going into that. And Lord willing, I'm going to try to continue this series if Yahweh Yahushua wills. So let's go ahead and play this video. Watch this first part. This is fair use, fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only. So the human eye even says if the eye be single, if the eye be full of light, the whole body is full of light. Okay, so Yahweh Yahushua has given us these apparatuses, these senses to experience the world, experience creation. All right, on this human body, and to experience him, to see him. What's one thing? If we're in the dark, you can't see it. You can't see the glory. It don't matter how beautiful a painting is if the light is not on it, or there's no eyes to look at it. Okay, so let's play this.
In an intelligent creator, God. I just want you to watch this video. This is a 1000x zoom on the human eye.
You see all the details. You see all the fibers. It almost looks like little fingers, like hands. You can see the fibers. You can see the hairs. There's hairs in there. There's tiny little hairs. They even look like little fingers in the eyeballs. Check that out. So let's play
human eye. Look at the complexity. Like, this is wild. What does this look like to you? The human eye is so incredibly complex. To think that
And then you see the veins in the eye look like root systems. Just the same way the trees have root systems that extend out, that connect the brain cells, that connect the brain stems in the cell. All these things, you got telomeres, all these, man. The Most High is fantastic. He's the creator, okay? And I have precepts to back it up. But just look just at the eye, what it took to make the eye. Look at all the circuitry. If you look at it as a machine, look at all the wires that are connecting it. Look at the lenses and all these things. It's like an organic type of mechanics. Hey, that's a good way. Organic mechanics. Hey, patent pending on that one. Organic mechanics. Okay.
This all came from a big bang. Order from chaos is insane. We were intelligently designed by an intelligent creator. Obviously. All right, if you don't believe in an intelligent creator, God, I just want you to watch this video. This is 1000x zoom on the human eye. Look at the complexity. Like, this is...
Now, this is the one I wanted to get to right here. It says a 16-hour time lapse of an embryo growing a sensory network system. Okay, watch.
Within the cell
This is an embryo.
The integrated circuitry and encoded information within the cell are more complex than anything humans have ever designed. For just one new functional protein to form by random mutation under the pressure of natural selection would take over a trillion years. Evolution isn't false just because life is beautiful and God must have done it. It's false because it's mathematically impossible within the time available. The integrated circuitry and encoded information within the cell are more complex than anything humans have ever designed.
Looks like Yahweh Shem Yahushua is growing a root system. You see how it's extending. If you go into mushrooms, all right, this is the spine of an embryo growing, your spinal cord, right, to wire all your nervous system and everything. And I want you to watch this part, which is
false just because life is beautiful and God must have done it. It's false because it's mathematically impossible within the time available.
Okay, hold on. Let's go here. Here we go. Because David spoke of these things. You saw how that was going in, right? How that was building. This is the book of Psalms 139 and verse 13. It says, it says, for thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb, right? But then now let's look at the King James NLT. Says, you made all the delicate inward parts of my body. How did they know that there was delicate and inward of the inward parts? Let's go to Psalms 139 and 13. Psalms 139 and verse 13. Okay, it says, for thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are the works in that my soul knoweth right well. It says, for thou possess my reins, thou hast covered me. What's that word covered? Let's look at the word covered. The word there is sawaka. It says hedge, fenced about me, shut in, block, overshadow, screen, stop, approach, shut off, cover, screen, cover oneself, protect. So he's saying you protected me in my mother's womb. So look at the interclit movements of those nervous systems and in the development of the human eye. Just the spinal cord alone of a baby should show you that that's a process that was built, not just randomized. And it says to weave together, to weave together, weave together, to weave together. Right here, as you can see, let's go back. Hold on. Look, you see it? It's being woven. This time lapse, that's weaving. Because what is weaving? A string going under another string. Okay? So let's do this. Let's look at this. Weave. What is the word weave definition? Form, fabric or fabric items by interlacing long threads passing in one direction with others at the right angle of them. Make a complex story or pattern from a number of interconnected elements. Call halal, man. Call halal. Tell me that's not exactly what is going on in this womb, man. Tell me that's not that's weaving. So this is before they had telescopes. This is before they could see into that's showing you that men were inspired by Yahbashim Yahushua. These men that wrote down these things, these men that especially David, the prophets, they had to have had a connection with the creator of these things. Okay, Yahweh told them in the spirit what actually was going down with the workings of the stars. Same thing with Esdras. Okay, Daniel, Moses revealed things to Moses. Okay, he said weave. Why did he choose? Why did David choose the word weave? Even in the spirit, he wrote that down in the spirit. I show you that men were moved by the spirit. Same thing now. The men are moved by the spirit, by the Ruach. All right, by the Ruach Wadash, the Holy Spirit. Okay, so you see that this is weaving together. This is the embryo of a baby forming a spinal cord, and those are interlacing nervous systems and nerves that are coming off the spine, and then it's weaving throughout the whole body. Look, the Most High is fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. That's why it says they throw their crowns down at the feet of the Lord, man. All right? Weave. So let's go back. Read it again. Make a complex story or pattern. So the same thing that a human body is a pattern, a complex pattern, from a number of interconnected elements. Okay? Back to the scripture. Now let's read it again with understanding. It says, Thou hast possessed my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. Thou hast weaved me in my mother's womb. See? And it says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully. Now, what's the word fearfully? Let's see if that's the word there is Yahweh, Yahweh. And it says, to fear, revere, be afraid, be feared, be afraid, stand in awe. That's what fearful means. I'm stand in awe. I'm in awe of how I'm made. Fear, reverence, honor, respect, fearful, dreadful. I'm dreadfully made. Be feared. Of course, it's to cause astonishment and awe, be held in awe. The same thing I'm doing now. Same thing brothers are doing when you dive into the works of Yahbashim Yahushua, including this truth, who we are, how we've been chosen, how we got to this point. It's marvelous, man. You have to stand in awe of Yahbashim Yahushua, man. Okay? I got another one for you. Let's go to this one. To show you now, that's the weaving of an embryo. Look at this. This is when a moment of a sperm is copulated in the body of a woman. The seed in the egg. Watch this. Look how they're attracted. Got lights attracting to each other, man. Beautiful, man. Now watch what happens. Boom. Now they stretch out. Boom. This ain't AI, man. This ain't AI. This is what happens in the human body for life to begin. It says the exact moment life begins. Look at that. You can see they're attracted to each other. They hug each other, man. And then they start forming life. The Most High is fantastic. That's why that's why it says this is the temple of the Lord, man. Right? Yahbashim Yahushua is on a whole nother level when it comes to life and creation, man. Okay? So I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That's the title of this lesson. I am fearfully to stand in awe of. of how we are here in existence. Okay? And then I got another precept. This is Isaiah 55 and verse 8. It says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declare the Lord. NLT. No, Amplified. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor your ways my ways, declare the Lord. So there's no way we can even try to discern the Heavenly Father on how cold-blooded he is, man. All right? This is the book of... Okay, no, that's the same thing. Salakia. I had the precepts already lined up. Those are the main ones right there. Right here, this is Jeremiah 1 and verse 15. Before I formed you in the womb. So the Lord's saying, I'm doing that. So this is the Lord doing. The Lord's doing this. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is now giving us a front row seat of his work. So he told Jeremiah, before I did this in your mother's womb, I knew you because I put the spirit in this embryo, in this sperm to give life to you. I knew you, but then I weaved your body. The Most High weaved this for Jeremiah. He weaved it for us. He weaved it for all the men that come into this world. What does it say in Apocrypha? And I pass in blood and water. Okay, in my mother's womb, in blood and water. Okay, so it says, did I not? It says, did not he who made me in the womb also make them? Do not the same one form us in the womb? Come on, man. Thus saith the Lord, is Isaiah 44 and 24. Thus saith the Lord, your Redeemer, who formed you in your womb, who formed you from the womb. I am the Lord who has made all things, who alone stretched out the heavens, who by myself spread out the earth. Call halal, man. Call halal. Job 10 and verse 8 to 12. Your hand shaped me together, formed me. See, now we got to see it through the microscope. Would you not turn and destroy me? Please remember that you molded me like clay. Would you now return me to dust? I did not pour, Salakia, did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? Let's go. Yo, what them cheese curds. Hey, man, these precepts hitting, man. All right, they're hitting, man. This is Isaiah 49 and 1. It says, listen to me, O islands. Pay attention, O distant people. The Lord called me from the womb, from the body of my mother. He named me. Come on, man. So the Lord really got a name for you that, you know, that the world don't know. He names the stars. That's why it says, because really we're likened unto the stars of heaven. Going back to Joseph, going back to Revelation. All right, the woman with the stars. All right. So it's a symbolic of Israel too, but the Most High is fantastic, man. Ephesians 2 and 10. For we are Yahweh's workmanship, created in Mashiach, Yahushai, to do good works, which God prepared in advance as our way of life, man. All right. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua has done a great work. I just wanted to bring that out, Lowell, and I can start doing these lessons here and there, going into the wonders of the Lord. You can't go far enough, man. The Lord is fantastic and beautiful. So with that, I say call halal Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rachak Wadash. Until the next time, I say shalom, and more than never keep faith.